Make up row 3.
They are perfectly placed at the moment. There's still the last turn now to go.
Here they come.
The car on the outside is the one that has to decide when to go on power. We'll see now the lights.
Nicely lined up. 37 cars in all. And away they go. Good stuff.
Oh, trouble already. And now 6 cars having to take avoiding action. 2 cars came together, and that light blue golf-coloured car was the instigator, I believe, and then there were several cars behind who had to just go wide to avoid being in part of that incident. So we've got some drama already.
Yeah, normally the start is probably the most critical moment. There's going to be other moments as well. Oh, he dives, he goes straight. And he's going to lose a couple of positions.
Well, the beauty of it is a tight street circuit, but it's wide enough to make mistakes. It's a little more forgiving than a Monaco or a Macau or similar street circuits that we've been to. So that helps. And not as strict on track limits as they would be in Formula One.
Yeah, the track is a 17th corner circuit. Of course, very, very high speed circuit. They have placed the wing in a lower position to prioritize top speed rather than just downforce. At the moment you can see the top 2 drivers, they are pulling away slightly.
First corner kerfuffle are back underway.
We saw yesterday that the pace between the first 2 drivers was very similar, and it's being confirmed at the moment. Of course, the slipstream is we saw a car there that just retired, but it's good that it was not necessary to put the safety car back.
Well, we expected a battle up front behind the top 2 qualifiers. And
Yeah,
we're certainly getting that.
Yeah, we saw in practice and qualifying that those 2, and the pole man, were going to be close, and it's turning out that way. Short race though, you haven't got time to mess about. With a street track, you're always worried about the next corner being the one where you see a permanent yellow and a possible safety colour, so you've got to make it happen while you can.
The moment is keeping up the pace of Dylan, which of course is very, very fast. We saw yesterday they were almost going below the 2-minute benchmark. Every car is entered by different dealerships,
yeah, around the country.
We mentioned yesterday, 29 individual dealerships took part in this year's Ferrari Challenge North America. 21 of them have cars entered in this race. Yes, it's an exhibition, but they mean to go racing when they can.
His driver, I believe.
He misses completely the braking. Yeah, he missed the braking, and let's see if he can go. That's the overtaking we saw before. That was very, very good.
That was really nice, yeah.
But also good that the driver saw he was being overtaken, because otherwise if he would have turned, they would have been contact. Let's see if the car is still stopped there, otherwise I'm sure they had to put a yellow flag, but they can reverse and still go back into the race. That's turn 17. This one, they are doing it flat. They're using a lot the inside curve. This sound is because the ambient temperature is very cold, and they make that sound from the tire. That is sliding a little bit.
That was 31, David Marcel Jr. that we just saw there in the number 31. Most of the drivers from the USA. We've got the odd Aussie and the odd Japanese driver, and of course, Ivan from the Netherlands. But mostly entrants from the USA and from the dealerships here in the US.
So we have a fire on the front from first position, then further back we can see this group of drivers. And normally it's like the Pirelli Pro drivers that are on the front, and the Pirelli AM normally is like that, and then the Shell drivers all together. And there is an case that sometimes we have a Shell driver that mixes a little bit with the Pirelli drivers.
And how do you define a Shell driver? What is the sort of, what is the...
Yeah, we have a yellow flag here, so the car probably is still on the... against the wall. It's based on the... Oh, there's even a safety car, so they have to be one safety car. So
maybe it's
assisted. Now that is a double. That is a waved yellow flag. You have to really slow down. Let's see if there is even a safety car back, which I would assume when there are cars assisting. I would assume that. Really pushing very hard.
Nothing between them either.
We put that down to track evolution. The track gets faster and faster.
Yeah, we saw this earlier on in Formula 1 at the beginning. Every lap they were improving because remember that they open the track at night in some part of it, so it gets very green. And now probably lap by lap there's more rubber, and the track is cleaner and the grip is higher.
Leading Pirelli AM is far in 5th position, and then the Shell class led by Green, another Ferrari Westlake car.
Coming up on 18 minutes to go in the race.
Still under caution, as you can see. Do you enjoy these situations as a driver, or is it just the adrenaline is flowing and you just want to get on with your job?
So they're also telling you if the brake discs are warm enough.
Right. Yeah, I think that would be more scary than tyres that aren't up to temperature, it's brakes that weren't.
Because those brakes are using carbon ceramic material, and it needs a temperature for them to work at the optimum level. Looks like it's going to be restarted right now.
Yeah, here we go, and this is Verhagen's chance now, surely. Let's just say 15 minutes to go. And if he's going to make his move, he needs to do it soon. Or, I don't know, Mark, what would you do? Would you stay in second and wait for the last couple of laps, or go now?
Yeah, he did it just before last turn, so he did quite a good job.
Yeah.
He's put a small gap. So you can tell he's very experienced.
It's the battle for third, about 4 cars involved in that. And then we head back, all turning into turn 1. 44 of Imada for Rosso Scudari KK in that all bright yellow. In 8th position overall. Beautiful sound, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a beautiful sound, because even though it's a turbocharged, and normally turbocharged cars make less sound, Ferrari is all about sound, it's all about power, and even being turbocharged, it makes a beautiful sound.
Yeah, maybe we can put Ferrari in charge of Formula 1 sound as well.
And these cars, the road car is hybrid, but for the racing they remove the hybrid system to prioritize having the lightest, less weight. You can see how much they cut over the curves.
We were wondering what the top speeds were down the straight, but you can this another 35-minute race tomorrow before the Grand Prix itself. Avoiding action has to be taken, and it's a blind spot for a lot of those guys coming into the turning point.
Almost all the accidents have been happening in turn 1. Seems to be very difficult.
I don't know if that's ominous for Formula 1 to come later in the weekend. So still Medler leading in Pirelli class, and the Pirelli AM class being led by Guy Fawkes in the Ferrari of San Francisco. 7 laps complete.
This is the fight for second position for the Pirelli AM.
Now we'll see what happened here. Oh, that was just a cutting in the corner, but I guess he had to, really.
Yes, that's probably when there was the spin.
Oh, nasty. Oh, I hate to see a Ferrari treated that way, but never mind. That's what happens. That was Pan. It was nice to show up with something a little bit more exotic.
That fight is very important because it's the Green against Acosta, so they are fighting for the lead of the Shell class.
Time running out though, only a few laps remaining. But interestingly enough, Verhagen has joined him in that 59 mark. So 2 cars under the 2-minute mark here. So, well, we saw this in practice, didn't we? These two were miles ahead, and we expected it to be a fight like this.
Yes, they are very similarly matched. The gap between them is only 1.2 seconds.
Less than that right now, I venture. Side by side.
Oh, what a sight.
This is for the overall race lead.
Or for the Shell class in that...
in the Shell class.
Yeah.
Probably, you enjoy about this fight, and it's nice that they keep respecting because they've been overtaking each other for a couple of times.
Listen to the words of former Formula One star and Le Mans winner, Marc Genet, who is now a brand ambassador with Ferrari. Spent a lot of time, he's been doing the whole Formula One season. Have you enjoyed it?
Sound is great, especially when there's so many cars all closer to each other. This is turn 17, they are cutting completely.
Yeah, completely.
The
That's
last
when it's a move.
Yeah, mine was mesmerized by that sound.
Yeah.
So much that I missed John.
That's fine. Fastest in the Pro Am, a 2:02.9, and that's Imada. And he was the one in trouble a minute ago in that all yellow 44. Here's another touch.
Yeah.
Boom.
It's like, come on, go, go, go.
Go faster.
You have to be careful because if the touch is that deep...
Oh, no!
Wow, that was a late dive. When they dive such in the last moment, the car in front didn't even look at the mirrors.
It's almost like they think they're racing NASCARs, but there's a lot more money involved. Love it.
So these are Ferrari.
I know.
Just being that's a problem for the other competitors in the series, particularly in the Pirelli class, because when you win one of the lower classes, you move on to the next class. There we go from the Pirelli Pro class. Unless you want to go race
Something else.
professionally.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Pirelli class, it's between Meller and Verhagen. The Shell class as well, it's a very close fight between Acosta and Green. In the Pirelli AM actually, Fowler is fourth, so he's on the Pirelli driver as well.
I know, it's a massive track over 6 kilometers, and look at the traffic out there. It's pretty busy. You're right, they've got that sound right. It really is beautiful.
The straight is very, very long. It's one of the longest straights. Back here, the middle pack is very, very interesting.
Minutes to go.
That was Holden in the Ferrari of Seattle car in the Shell class, currently in 23rd position. And it's just as heavily contested right through the field. What? 38 cars, that's impressive.
Yeah, there's been 7 cars retired so far.
Yeah.
Carroll is still leading the Shell AM. And on the front, the fight is still ongoing between Ferrari.
Yeah, officially the gap's 1.4, but I wouldn't read too much into that. That could change quickly.
And the consistency of the Pirelli tires is very good because they're still producing below 2 minutes. They'll have to replace the cones because they've all gone.
Yeah.
That they mark the inside of the corners for the Formula 1.
Replay now. Ooh.
Round goes the 73.
There goes another souvenir.
Yes.
That's a typical accident that when you hit whilst you are turning, for sure you're gonna spin.
That's Choxy in the Ferrari of Denver. Formula One, but you're here to see your Broncos on Sunday.
Those are the leaders.
Yeah, here we go, first and second, down to the wire.
And that's the last lap.
Less than a second now, 0.865 officially, but you can see it visually yourself. It's been a good race.
Very good race from both. Very, very good race. I didn't expect them to go below the 2 minute on the fast lap. In race days. And even tomorrow there's going to be another race. And for sure it's going to be decided between these two drivers, Mender and Ferrari.
But now there's quite a long way to go in this lap, and they have got some traffic in front of them. So if there's going to be a move made by Verhagen, he's going to have to do it now. But look, the lights are flashing. They're letting him know that they're coming, and there's plenty of room, I think, for both of them to get past without any problems. It's just catching up with him in a slow part of the circuit, which would be a problem. And that has turned out to be exactly that. He's got slowed down, has the leader Medler. Lord, he wants through now, and he's got through. And now Verhagen's going to have to do the same, but he's immediately through. So the gap coming right down now in the closing stages.
Very, very good race. Very good weekend so far from Miller. We could see yesterday straight away he was much quicker at learning the track. But then Verhagen slowly got even to the pace of Mender. So we'll see on the race of tomorrow because he looks like, and it's not over yet. It's very close. Wow, look at that. Just behind him.
Yeah, this is great racing. He represents.
They'll be coming by our announced position momentarily. There they go.
And that's a good run.
And wins.
Brilliantly done then. So, Dylan Medler, the man who won the championship just a few weeks ago or a month ago or so, has now taken the first ever Ferrari win at the Las Vegas Grand Prix. Michael Verhagen of the Netherlands takes second, and it's Ferrari settled with Hook in third.
Here we see the fight as well between Foger, who is the winner of the Pirelli M class. He's done very well because he's even ahead of Potolica and Musan, who are also Pirelli drivers. So P4, P5, P6. The next driver should be Imada and Cruz, also P2 and P3 in the Pirelli M.
So a little bit of history is made as Ferrari celebrate their 70th year here in the US, and they also take part in the second ever running of the Las Vegas Grand Prix.
Acosta Green and Marston is P1, 2 and 3 for the Shell, and now we are just waiting to see who's going to be the winner of the Shell M class.